Hello and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Football. I'm going to attend a game here, and it's week number 8 of the regular season. And I'm going to head downriver. First, we'll get a look at the Giant Tire. It is on the side of the road, I-94, as you make your way to downtown. All right, we're going to check out Panther Stadium in the beautiful city of River Rouge. We're going to go under the train tracks here. We're going to park the car at the Brown Derby Bar. And at 7:30, it was 49 degrees. A beautiful fall evening. I'm going to do a little exploring. I'm going to walk up Jefferson, little north here, and then I'm going to take Coolidge in a westerly direction. River Rouge, where hard work lives. And I like the lamppost, the dual lamp there, old school. This is a gorgeous building. I wonder what rents go for here. The Reno building. It looks like it's been kept up fairly well over the years. All right, well, we're kind of in the center of town. And now that's the high school. Ooh, some train action. We're going to get some of that today. This is the Conrail Yard. Yep, they promote the River Rouge Panthers in this underpass.
Number 62, Jamie.
Okay, well, I made it, and there's like halftime celebrations here. I don't know if this was senior night. It probably is. Looks like the players get some flowers and they present it to their parents. Right now, the Panthers are up 10-0 over their guest. And their guest is a well-known program in the Detroit area. It's Catholic Central in the Catholic League. And a lot of times it's noted as Detroit Catholic Central, but that was back in the day. Their home base is now in Novi off of I-96. $5 will get you in. Admit one. And then you get these coupons on the back for both Applebee's and Olga's. So 20% off. So if either of those restaurants do you good, there you go. All right. Well, we're going to catch the band in action a little bit here, too, as we wait for the start of the second half. There's a southpaw. He's got a pretty decent arm there. But yeah, I was thinking Friday Night Football. I'd like that for the football game, but I was thinking of grabbing the name Friday Night Bands because over the years, I'll have to say and admit it, I appreciate the bands as much as I do the football game itself. Some of these bands are awesome. All right, so Catholic Central is going to make their way onto the field to start their warm-ups for the second half. They got some work to do here, being down 10-0.
Let's go!
we got some ref action. They've been in the news lately, particularly with the Lions game, and games, plural. But anyways, here's the second half kickoff. Prep school, they have 12-minute quarters. College and pros do the 15 minutes. A full 1-hour battle, but anyways, River Rouge has the ball. They got the white jerseys, the gray tops, and they're sporting the pink stockings in honor, I presume, of the breast cancer, which pretty much has the month of October. All right, so they had to punt, and Catholic Central will see if they can do something here. Uh-oh. False start. We'll replay that. Fourth and 2. This is a key play here.
Ball carrier number 36.
That one I probably could have caught if I really wanted to. An errant throw, but Catholic Central is on the move, except for right there. Little sackaroo. Looks like another 4th and 10. Oh, they decide to kick. It's up. And it's good. And that was a long one, too. That was, I think the ref said it was a 45-yarder. So that's unusual for a high school kicker to be able to belt one out that pretty good. He probably plays soccer on the side. Anyways, Catholic Central is on the board. Got a field goal. So it's 10-3. Spinorama. But to give you some perspective here, in high school football, there's 8 divisions. And so when they do the playoffs, it goes by the enrollment. They take they take 32. Oh, wait a second. There's 32 teams that make it to the playoffs in each division, so there's a total of 256 schools. But, okay, here's the end of the third quarter. And the fans are happy. They're dancing in their seats. And to keep the energy level up there. But yeah, so in terms of enrollment, Catholic Central is a big school. They're in Division I. They have 2,024 students. So a pretty decent size enrollment there. They're firmly entrenched in Division I. They're one of the big boys. River Rouge, on the other hand, has a student enrollment of 992 students. So they're in Division III. Okay, a big scrum here at the goal line. Up and over, number 5 scores 6 for the River Rouge Panthers. That makes it 16-3, pending the extra point attempt. It's up, and it's not good. So the score remains 16-3 with 9:23 left in the game. Time is becoming of the essence here. And Catholic Central needs to put some more points on the board, and they're getting close to the 15-yard line. They're going to call that first down. Panthers were stacking them up there, not allowing them any yardage, and I believe that was a 4th down attempt there. The Panthers will take over on downs, so they kept, or let's see, maybe this is it, 4th down, let's see. All right, this is 4th down. them on 4th down there. So, wow, that was a key play. Pretty much the ball game there. River Rouge has a good running game, and having a mobile quarterback certainly is a bonus. And number 5 has no trouble taking the ball and running with it. All right, 59.2 seconds left. 3rd and short. And that should be good for another 1st down. And that's going to do it. The River Rouge Panthers defeat Division I Catholic Central. As the clock runs out, 16-3. That's a signature victory, to be sure. Catholic Central in the Catholic League always plays some big boys. Birmingham Brother Rice, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Warren de La Salle. They got a tough schedule. This loss put them at 4-4, so a little bit of a down year for them. But the Panthers are now 7-1, and firmly, they made the rankings. In fact, the Son of Swami now has them ranked number 5 in Division III, so they should make some noise in the playoffs.
Let's go all the way to championship. We'll see you guys in lunch for the championship. Good job. So now the rule is in place. We will have Sunday practice every single Sunday if we don't party with the band. Hey, let's go right now. Let's go right now. Let's go right now.
Oh, hell yes. Party with the band. I like this concept. The band's an integral part of what's happening here, and yeah, a nice shout out to the band. I like what the coach did there, and watch the players are gonna do a little dance here while the band does their thing. they got the band members, a nice picture. I've never seen this before. How about that, River Rouge? Giving a shout out to the band members. Typically you see this for the football players, but band members are just as important. Football players, it's a physical aspect of the game. Band members, you're using a part of your brain, your creative side. And that's going to serve you well in life, throughout your entire life. So, good to do. I was happy to see all this. All right, we're going to watch the band make their way back to the high school. The show is not over yet. Do not touch that dial. that's about as far as I'm going to take it. But they certainly have quite the production here. I'm impressed. All right. Yeah, the River Rouge Band reminds me a lot of Detroit Cass-Tex marching band. They bring the same kind of energy, and they go from start to finish. It's quite interesting, just, back to their field house or whatnot. Well, a quick look here at some of the River Rouge. Along Jefferson here, there's some vacant buildings, so urban planning can take place anywhere. I was talking to someone at Earl's. They're open. I'll swing by there in a little bit. He was saying the population of River Rouge was 7,200 or 7,600, somewhere along there. I'll have to double check that. They have those estimated censuses that they have every 2 years, but the big one will be coming in 2020. All right, I'm near the Rouge River, and the city is named after the river. They just went in the flip mode and went River Rouge. But here's the bridge going across. And there's looking back at I-75. Yeah, this bridge here was down for quite some time. It was damaged when someone ran a boat into it. Yikes. Hey, if you see the train there on the lower level, kind of in the dark of night, but yeah, it didn't get by me. I saw it slip sliding across there. That's the midpoint of this bridge, but it's pretty quiet. The Rouge River is pretty still. There's Cape Canaveral, the Marathon oil refinery thing. It looks like it could be a space launch. But yeah, you can see the train sliding across there. Or the rail cars. And a red light district. Who knew? Well, we'll get some industrial art. The city, River Rouge, certainly an industrial town. Old Man Beaver's Garage and Towing, so they have a nice mural. Yeah, some nice industrial art, some of the forms that take shape. And a lot of refinery tankers going through here. We're all proud to be American. There's some solid housing in River Rouge, and it's certainly affordable too. Dukes of Earl, I love the name of this place, but it's a neighborhood place. Delisle and West Jefferson. Well, I was just catching up on some baseball action. Yankees took this game, but they lost the next one. So the World Series will have Houston and the Washington Nationals. And this was a little scary here, seeing a skeleton with red eyes and a swivel neck like that. But looked like he had some pizza earlier. It's not one that sticks to your ribs, though, apparently. Okay, 46 degrees. Okay, well, here's the Son of Swami. This was one of his highlighted games. He always highlights 5. Anyways, he had the Vatican winning 28-23. So the Rouge River Panthers, a little bit of an upset, although I would be willing to bet they believed in themselves. They know they have a good team, and they took it to Catholic Central. Amazing. Good for them. Now, I think River Rouge is, or Rouge River is a school of choice, so they may be grabbing some students from Southwest Detroit and the like. But nonetheless, they have a good program up and coming. All right, made it back to the Brown Derby Bar. That's where I parked. And if you want to check on what's going to appear, latest and greatest, det.com. That's my viewing area where the dot is. But that will show what's up. All right, so the second part of this show is going to be the city of Ann Arbor. And if you recognize the building in the background there, that would be where U of M football plays their games. And they're having a little bit of a down year this year. All right, well, I'm going to run an errand here. This is my favorite hardware store, my favorite drive-through hardware store. And they got a good deal on bird food, a 50-pound bag for $20. So usually get 2 bags at a time. And they're out of Saline, Michigan. Wild bird food, because I got wild birds in my neighborhood, and that's the food they like. But yeah, while I was here, I'm going to check out the farmer's market. My sister and brother-in-law had a pumpkin show. I'm also going to make a point of this, too, and I'm going to overkill it. But when you have like a trip hazard in concrete, I like the idea where you can grind it down, and the city of Ann Arbor does that. Here, I like this pineapple. This is a gorgeous building. And nice landscaping in front, too. But, yeah, beautiful pineapple. Well, I like keeping up on how Amtrak's doing. And I thought maybe, just maybe, if it was running late, I would be able to catch the train coming from Chicago en route to Pontiac. But in Ann Arbor, they're scheduled to be in at 12:48, and it was 1:20. And so I went on my phone, and it's nice that you can check this. But the train already arrived at 1:05. It was 19 minutes late, but I missed the train. I was a little bit bumming. Now I can take the time down. Okay. But Casey's is across the street. Look how they ground down that edge. They don't like those tripping edges because you don't want a pedestrian to be walking, trip and fall and hurt themselves. But they allow that grinding. And the reason I bring this up is that in the city of Lincoln Park, I was told by the building department that I have to ground down. Not grind. Either I have to level jack, or they call it mud jacking, or replace the concrete. So in a future show, I'll show you what happened. I had this concrete leveling place. They call it mud jacking. I spent $300, and that company made it worse than when I started. So I'm out $300. So lesson to be learned. Don't pay if you're not happy with the service. But a small claims court, I don't know. The company said they did the best they could, and that's all they're going to do. And so, anyways, get back to the action. Detroit Street here. That's where Zingerman's Delicatessen is located. Look at the line as it wraps around the building. So you know you have a good product when there's a line of people waiting to get in to buy themselves a nice sub. But Ann Arbor is a great city for walking around and doing the shopping. And here I made it to Carytown, the market. the city of Ann Arbor is broken up into several neighborhoods. And so I will walk around this neighborhood and the downtown neighborhood. It would be really exciting if U of M was playing a home game and you had all those additional people, packing the stadium. But the Wolverines played Penn State in Beaverland or Happy Valley in Pennsylvania over there. So anyways, but nonetheless, a good crowd of people in the market milling about, checking the scenes out, and then a lot of people just downtown shopping or patronizing the bars and restaurants. This guy's going at his own pace. All right, catching a little of the vine action. Vines have a mind of their own, and it's nice in the fall. You get the variety of colors. We're probably entering close to the peak season. All right, Glass Pumpkin Fest and show. So we're going to see some live glass blowing a little bit later, but Saturday and Sunday. I like these miniature-sized buildings. Here was like an architectural firm that had a lot of classic buildings, many of them in New York City. All right, made it to Main Street. Main Street in Ann Arbor is actually Main Street. And in Detroit, it's Woodward Avenue. But here, that's where I am, and they have a lot of public parking places. So Carytown District is in the red, but I'm going to I'll walk around here. You see the farmers market up there. But I'll also check out the downtown district. This building, 1894, the Broken Egg. It's a restaurant, cleverly named. This is the Pardon Block. And the building here to the left was 1899. So they built the right-hand side first, and then a little bit later they got around to the second half of the building. They got these green bicycle lanes. Okay, here's some more. I'm going to show a bunch of this ground concrete. But it seems to do the trick. You grind it down. It seems economically friendly, right? You're not having to tear up and break up the old concrete, lay forms, then have a company come in and lay new concrete, and then have the kids ride their bikes through it or put their handprints in it or footprints or whatnot. The grinding certainly is a lot cheaper than replacing. All right, well, it's lunchtime. There's my brother-in-law, Chris. He got a wood-fired pizza, and so did my sister, Michelle. That young gentleman had a Carhartt's outfit on. These pizzas are priced affordably. I thought that was a good deal. Here's some pumpkins, and some of them might cross the threshold of being like ugly pumpkins, but I'm sure some people will show them love. But here's a look at the farmer's market, and it's a mix of gifts and art. It's not just fruits and vegetables. Hey, there's a stable genius if I ever saw one. Boy, what a mess he's put our country in. But but there's still his base that still believes in him. Hell or high water, he's the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know what it would take to get people off of that little circus show or sideshow they got going. All right, here's a nice cupcake. I ended up getting a coffee. Look what they do with the planters here around the trees. That's decorative. And they have great Korean food here. You get a good ethnic variety in Ann Arbor. And I was going to mention, too, Ann Arbor makes like the top 10 list of best places to live in the U.S. They have every magazine has their top 10 list or whatnot, and Ann Arbor typically makes those lists. Here's another ground thing all over the place. I like it's overkill, but I'm going to show you my house in Lincoln Park. I recently sold it, but that thing, I still have to fix that concrete, though, and I might have to have them tear it up. And even though I spent $300, I might have to spend another $600 to have somebody come in and tear it out. The city of Lincoln Park is stubborn. They insist that you can't grind concrete because it's going to compromise the strength. But you're not having cars go over the concrete. You're having people walk. So I don't think there should be danger of it cracking. Well, create. So a nice creative mural here. Challenge. And Ann Arbor has a good mural scene going too, but I like what's happening in the city of Detroit, particularly Eastern Market. It's amazing what's happening there. Art is everywhere. And there's good design on a lot of the buildings in Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor is the county seat of Washtenaw County. And yeah, the city has a lot going on. It has good city services. It's got a first-rate institution with the University of Michigan being located in the city. You have good public parking. It's $1.20 per hour, which is affordable. Here, I'm going with my friend Darren to the Lions game. They play Minnesota. This would have been the following day, a home game against the Vikings, but they managed to lose that one also. So even though they're playing better and people think that they're a decent team, they've lost 3 in a row now. So they need to do some work here if they're going to make the playoffs. Blind Pig is a good bar for live entertainment. This establishment here, there's not a line running outside, but in the summertime, Blank Slate Creamery, oh yeah, the line's out the door. People really like their ice cream. But yeah, there's good parks in Ann Arbor, good restaurants, good place to shop, good bike trails. I mean, all the things that a good public school system, all the things that you would want in a community. Ann Arbor's got them in spades. Now, you pay a little bit higher in property taxes and the like, but as far as a good walkable urban city, there's no place like Ann Arbor. Right, but no, they got it going on, and they do the decoration up for Halloween and the like. Beware. But yeah, urban planning can take place everywhere, and if Ann Arbor's got the right concept and are doing the right things, then the city of Detroit, which has struggled for years and years but is turning the corner now, if they want to look at what works, all they need to do is check out Ann Arbor. And in fact, Ann Arbor, the University of Michigan, has a good urban planning department or an urban design school. And you should have them put their thinking caps on and look at Detroit and say, okay, let's what can we do here? And get those smart students, those young students, those millennials that are young whippersnappers and whatnot, and they know what we need in the future, what they want, like bike paths, protected bike lanes. Well, then let's do it up. The city of Detroit can reinvent itself, and it's exciting to see what's happening in the city right now. A lot of good things are happening in the city. We just need to keep that ball rolling. And everybody can be part of urban planning. Just me, like, spouting off and, oh, you think you're so goddamn smart. No, everybody can play into this, and your ideas are just as good or better than mine. Here we got the bike lanes. They were showing how they were protected. So here's the street where they're doing that. They've got it marked off and so forth. So that's a good thing. They were even working on Saturday. They even have a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. That's a little pricey. You bring your credit card if you're going to go that route. Yeah, you can take a walk on the wild side. They got their federal building here. They got flowers. They got music. And they got furs. And then, yeah, here's like an alley. So, yeah, Ann Arbor has it going on. Yeah, the Huron River goes right through town, and a lot of people will do the kayaking thing and float on the inner tubes. That's quite popular. If you like the jogging, too, all that good stuff. They have breweries that make their own beer. We're all proud to be American. This is my favorite building here in Ann Arbor. And, yeah, it's the county seat of Washtenaw County. And last week I did Pontiac, which is the county seat of Oakland County. So I like county seats. Beer pong games. So they were doing it up and check, a little drinking and the live music action. That's a good deal. Hotel Embassy, never stayed here. But, yeah, they probably could do with a few boutique hotels downtown. All right, the Engine House, 1882. So I like what they did here, too. They kept the old and modeled the new in there. This is an interesting building, too, architecturally. The Historic District. All right, we'll look at the water plugs here. The Smooth Barrel. Okay, so different designs here. This is the newer portion of the engine house. And here's the firefighter's prayer, if you want to read along. A few more fire plug designs. The later fluted barrel. There's the city logo, and this is their fire station number 1. This is the Armory building. Here's the White House. That's what I'm going to call it, but it's as white can be. And the farmer's market, it's pretty much closing up now, like at 4 o'clock. But we're going to catch some glass action here. As mentioned earlier, my sister and brother-in-law had a show in Ann Arbor, and it's kind of popular with them. They an outdoor show. People can watch a pumpkin being made and special order it if they like. And we'll listen in here a little bit.
It chills it super quick, and then we run the risk of it cracking and breaking. So when we're doing outdoor demos like this is something we always have to pay attention to: is how windy is it? Is there little drops of water that might hit it? Like if it starts raining, do we got to move inward a little bit? So it's a whole nother element of glassblowing when we come out to a place like this.
Chris is making a drinking vessel, and it's a custom order one, but it's going to turn out quite nice, so we'll watch this. They're putting the punty on here so they can open up the other end. They make it all look easy, but it takes some experience to get this down.
I would say no.
All right, that was a nice transfer. So, like I was kind of talking to Chris a little bit up here, this wind makes me nervous because this is we're working with thin glass up here. So basically, when you're working with thin glass, it doesn't hold a lot of heat, so it cools very fast anyway. And then when you add a breeze to that, and not a very warm breeze at that, it's fine. All right, so he kind of puffed it out. So he used a tool called a Sophietta. So this is about the only way you can blow into glass once it comes off of a blowpipe. You kind of just stick that little cone in there and you blow in the end, and then it kind of fills up the, it kind of puffs out the shoulders, the top part of the drinking vessel. All right, so he's focusing a lot of heat along the top because that's the part that we want to be moving. That's the part we want to flare open. So he's not heating up the whole thing. He's really just focusing the heat along the top. And I'm about to come in here. Oh, wait, no, he's going to pluck it. So when it breaks off the blowpipe, very rarely does it break off 100% perfect. So if it's a little bit off, sometimes what we'll do is we'll pluck it. So basically you pluck it, what that does is that stretches the glass out so it evens the thickness all the way around. And then he's going to take a pair of shears and he's going to cut all of that off. So I was just very lightly paddling it to smooth that lip out while he opens it. Oh yeah. Doing a slight flare there. The tool he's using is called the Jax. Pretty much all these metal tools that you see sitting on that bench over there have remained unchanged for the last 2,000 years. We blow glass in the style right there, that map gas. Back in the day, they used to use little dragons that they would have. They'd like pull on their tails to get the little torches when they nicked. Ooh, beautiful. All right, so now we're going to do a reduction on it.
You stamp your one.
That little ball become nice and shiny. Bringing those metals to the surface. Oh, all right, so it looks like he's getting ready to take it off.
And how we're gonna use the grabber? All right.
So now we need to get ready to knock this off and put it away.
Grab your torch too.
It didn't want to come off.
Sometimes the punty just does not want to come off. Beautiful. All right, so now he's going to go ahead and he's going to take that. And then we're going to go ahead and put that away. Like a glove. It almost didn't fit there. It was almost too tall. Awesome.
Yeah, it's in the cooling oven. It's got to cool down overnight, and it'll be ready for pickup the next day. But, folks, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you have a great week or weekend, whatever the case may be. And I'll have something hopefully new for next week's show. A little bit of the Eastern Market area for the Lions game. Or if need be, I'll just re-air this one a second week. But anyways, thanks for watching. Good night.